Hello everyone, my name is John Michael Bushman and welcome back to Hearthstone. And you're saying it right. You are seeing the quest line that will trigger PTSD among the older Hearthstone players. The quest line that came from arguably Hearthstone's most powerful set, United in Stormwind. Meet Defend the Dwarven District, one of, if not the most powerful questline this game has ever had the displeasure of having. And it's because of this guy right here, Tavish, Master Marksman. And if you've seen the thumbnail, you're gonna see exactly why this deck used to be the powerhouse that it was, because this is nerfed, by the way, especially the first part of the quest line here, because it's just used to say 2 spells. So because it's now 3, this entire deck is 1 turn slower than what it was back then. Because the entire deck, at least from the stories that I hear from way back when, this deck can easily kill by turns 4 to 5. And not a lot of people can deal with that. Just imagine your entire deck is built with minions that all have charge. That is literally the entire concept of the deck. And people have been keeping this deck alive in spite of all of the changes that has been happening to Hearthstone, and it's still powerful. Don't get me wrong. Defend the Dwarven District and the deck built around it is still powerful. It can still take wins here and there. Unfortunately, at this point in the year 2025, at least at the time I'm recording this video, this really powerful quest line is not as powerful as it used to be, simply because a lot of other cards that came after it just far outperform what this thing does. Granted, you can still take wins here and there, because what you would usually do is you ignore the board and just you go for the opponent's face, and they would literally be scrambling to try and kill you quicker than you could throw spells at them. I mean, like I said, I have tried a 30 card build and it works, but it dies to aggro. And here I am with a 40 card build and it survives better against aggro, but I still lose to it because fucking aggro decks are just insane these days compared to the time period that this deck was legal and unnerfed, by the way. But it is still powerful, and believe me when I say, as much as it gives older players PTSD, me, who doesn't exactly have a lot of nostalgia for Hearthstone, this deck is just fun now. To all of the people who have been traumatized by this deck is just basically a for fun deck now. That much I can assure you. Again, it's still powerful, but it just cannot compete with whatever it is that the meta is doing right now, simply because it is just way too fast, and the creatures these days just do more than go to your face and deal damage. No, a lot of stuff, especially on the lower end of the curve these days, they are far more efficient because they do 1 to 2 things before they're basically just beat sticks on the board now. And that power has basically sped past whatever it is that Defend the Dwarven District has done to this game. But otherwise, you can still take it to the ladder. Don't get me wrong. You can still take it to the ladder. You can still steal wins every once in a while. Just do not expect to win too many games against aggro. Although, I will say it is extremely, extremely satisfying to kick the teeth in of Shadow Priest. This deck eats Shadow Priest not exactly alive like in an 80-20 split. It's more 70-30, because there are still turns where Shadow Priest just outraces you. But if you do manage to outrace Shadow Priest, good God, it is an extremely cathartic feeling. But against Libram Paladin, unfortunately, this deck definitely folds, because Divine Shield is a bitch of a buff to get through, and having to spend 2 spells in order to get rid of the Divine Shield is definitely, well, very painful against this deck. But otherwise, you're just gonna go face. Everything in this deck is meant to go face unless you have problematic minions on board. The biggest problem that this deck has at the current moment is card draw. This deck doesn't exactly draw cards. It makes up for it using other means, like having extra copies of Flare, or having stuff like, Conjured Arrow that draws cards, or Arcane Quiver and Tracking that quote-unquote draw cards, but, they discover stuff in your deck. But the biggest thing that I have in this deck, and this deck used to be a lot cheaper, it caps out at 3 mana, which is the curve that you usually want to end at, but the Ethereal Oracle getting nerfed to 4 definitely kills the speed of this deck even more. But it can still work. Believe me when I say this deck still works. And Kill Command, by the way, is a card that I have been on and off about ever since I've seen builds with this deck. But deal 5 damage, still deal 5 damage. And there's a reason why I added the 10 cards that I needed to, because I just need to survive one more turn against aggro. And there are enough cards in this deck that create beasts that will enable Kill Command to deal 5 damage rather than the 3. And it would be at a far better rate than, 3 mana for 3 damage. But, if you're just going to be using your hero power anyway, thanks to Tavish here, I mean, what more could you want? But for the uninitiated, and I'm sorry that I'm doing this like way too late into the deck tech, this entire quest line is just upgrading your hero power in order to kill your opponent. The level 1, your hero power cannot target minions, which is for Hunter, your hero power only would usually hit your opponent's face. Then take the high ground, which is the second level. Your hero power is now 0, so you basically get a free shot every turn rather. Then knock him down will give you Tavish, which will refresh your hero power after you cast a spell. And 90% of this deck is spells. There are only, I believe, 2 creatures in this deck. There was a build where I had ETC, which condenses the creature package even further, but sadly you can't put Renathal in the ETC package. So that's definitely a downside to this deck. But otherwise, there are only 3 creatures in this deck, and the chances of you drawing them is extremely slim. So hope to the gods that you get Ethereal Oracle early, or else you're gonna be facing a lot of hard time. But there's a reason why Furious Hound is in this deck, because I repeat, you need card draw in this deck. You're basically going to be an aggro deck that has all of its minions have charge, like all the time. So that will be your main way in winning the game and removing your opponent's minions. So without further ado, let's jump into these games.
Rexa versus Uther.
Immediately, we're being put up against Paladin, so this only means one thing. This is likely Libram Paladin, or it could be Holy Wrath Paladin, whichever one you like. We always mulligan away anything that isn't a 1-drop in this deck, and you do not want to keep anything that isn't a 1-drop with a deck that's basically this aggressive. But never mulligan away Defend the Dwarven District, because you are going to need that. And okay, if he's gonna do that, then I'm gonna greet back. So there's that. So that's my greeting. So I greet and then I play Defend the Dwarven District. What do you have against me, opponent? Behold! Ooh! What is my opponent preparing me for? Oh shit! He has a secret! I mean, I could use Wound Prey and just get this Gravy Train rolling immediately, or I could use Flare. Oh my god, I mean I could, but I guess I use Flare now, just in case. And yes, that was the right call, because it was Oh My Yogg. Alright, let's see what 1-drop we get. Discover a dragon. Cool. What do we get? Ooh, we get a card draw dragon as well. So thank you for that, opponent. So we're gonna say thanks. Because he's gonna see that in a little bit. If we do indeed get to that, we did get Ethereal Oracle, which is the card that we do indeed want. Sadly, we don't have any damaging spells in hand. Oh my god. And while we wait for my opponent to do their thing, and okay, it is Holy Wrath Paladin, so we could be dead by turn 4 or later, so we're gonna see. So we just swing in. I mean, there isn't really much that I can do, so we're just gonna trade this one away, and then that'll definitely reveal what I have. So we're gonna do this. Then they could have more secrets, so I'm not going to spend the Flare here, just in case it's another Oh My Yogg. So there is that. Because I know now that they have Oh My Yogg, so I'm not going to use Flares like willy-nilly. So there is that. They already use Order in the Court, so they already drew their 1 card, so their highest cost minion is already in their hand, so they have only 2 other chances to do their thing. But if they're going to fast track it like that, well, I mean opponent.
Arcane
You're gonna
magic.
make me blush here, but this is definitely scary. Simply because they could just easily kill me at this point. So there's
How
that.
enigmatic.
So we'll draw 2 extra cards thanks to that. We're not exactly going to kill my opponent very quickly here, but we do need to get rid of his 8/8 here. So first we're going to swing in for 2 points of damage. Then we're going to kill their 8/8. Yeah, we're gonna need to kill that 8/8. Yep, defend the Dwarven District. Yes, you do your thing. Take the high ground, sure. Then we deal exactly 4. There we go. There we go. So that kills the Stormu, but we could just be dead next turn because this is Holy Wrath Paladin after all.
Quickly.
So there's that. They already got their mana boost up, which is something that, as a Druid main, is something that is blasphemous for me to say. So there's that. We're gonna open the flowers and let's see. Oh, it's not Holy Wrath. It's Uther, the Ebon Blade, which is basically Holy Wrath Paladin. So what Order in the Court does, it basically puts all of their win con minions at the bottom of the deck. And then they do their thing from there, so there's that. So we're definitely dead here, but in case you haven't seen this combo go off, this is a good a time as any to show it to you guys. So we're just going to, just pepper my opponent here. I mean, we're gonna do that, do this. I mean, again, we can't kill my opponent this turn, sadly, because we were 1 turn too slow. So there's that. So we use Flare, draw 1 card. Yeah, we control the beast. So we'll deal 5. Again, we can't... Well, I don't know if we even can kill my opponent here, so... Well, that is an arcane spell. So, I guess we draw our 2 cards. Or, yeah, we still should. But, again, we're gonna be dead, so... I mean, this is just a formality. We got our Tavish, yeah. Then we'll just hit him for 3, then... You guys are gonna see. I mean, granted, it's not Holy Wrath Paladin, so it doesn't kill you with cheese. But this deck still kills you with cheese, but at least it's cheese that you can see from a mile away, which is this. It has 2 copies of Garrison Commander and 1 copy of Sing Along Buddy, which will allow you to use your 4 Horsemen ability enough times to just instantly kill your opponents. And it's cheese, but it's a predictable kind of cheese. Although granted, they should do something about it. Just make it like 3 turns a lot later. So there's that. And you can see I'm on Diamond now, so I can sort of relax. Because I will definitely no longer be going down in the lower ranks from this point.
Rexxar versus Tyrion!
Another Paladin opponent immediately after the other one. Let's see what flavor of Paladin you're on. Again, like I said in the first game, never mulligan away your 1-drops because they are what will enable your early plays. And, okay, yep, this is pretty good. And there's a reason why you need a critical mass of 1-drops in this deck. Just so that you can get to your Defend the Dwarven District as fast as possible. Usually around turn 4 or 5, given that, again, the nerf definitely hurts this card. It basically makes the kill that this deck is capable of a turn or 2 later. So there's that. I guess we just hit for 1. I don't know if they have any secrets, so I'm not going to waste the flare yet. So we're just going to pass back to our opponent here. Then we will use the kill command next turn to hopefully deal 5 damage, question mark. But if they're using it for that, then I guess my opponent is breaking here. So we'll deal our 5. Then we swing in. Then we'll pass back to our opponent. Again, I don't know what my opponent is on. So we're just going to break the glass of Lordaeron's Church here. There we go. We'll turn off the light. And we're really stuff there. Yeah, we don't have a beast anymore. Woohoo. They're just summoning Silverhand Recruits, so that is somewhat scary, but we're gonna see. I don't want to use Dragonbane Shot here. I'd rather save that for later. Your hero power deals 2 damage. I guess we put it here. Again, we just go face. We've better been touched. There we go. So, it's minions. There we go. That is one of the worst one-drops I've ever seen in my life. So we'll just keep hitting Tyrion. Good thing I tempted myself away from this. Oh, great. You're gonna felon me. Do you think I care? You're gonna villain me, huh? I don't think I care. I can literally just fly over that. But where am I at? Tracking will hopefully get me somewhere that will make this cost 0, and it does. Cool. Although we can use Celestial Shot, and then Dragonbane Shot will hit for enough to kill these things. Yeah, I believe that is the play. So there is that. So we get Celestial Shot, then we'll kill one of the Saturnet guards. There we go. That'll cause this to be 0. Then we'll hit my opponent's face. There we go. I believe this is gonna hit 3, 4 even. I'm still not going to draw a card because I don't know if this deck has any secrets. So we're gonna see what else they do here. I mean, they could just play Velen on turn 7 and then just infinitely lock me out of quote-unquote attacking them, but I can literally just go over whatever it is that they put on the board. Because the casting spells doesn't exactly stop whatever it is I'm doing here. Okay then, that is actually fascinating. So we do this. We're going to hit the we're just gonna hit my opponent's face with that one. Then we'll use Dragonbane Shot to kill Prince Renathal here. There we go. Then that'll cause Dragonbane Shot to get back into my hand. Then we'll use that 1 mana here. There we go. And we'll get McTavish next turn. Again, if you've seen the thumbnail, you know why I call him McTavish. Although if they have a Dirty Rat style effect, then kudos to them. I have been got by that before, so there's that. I could use Dragonbane Shot here, but I guess I should, honestly. But I think I'd rather not. I'm gonna save that for later, if I can. So there's that. I think I'm just gonna use my hero power for that point instead, if we even get to that point. So we're gonna see. And as you can see, it's turn 7 by the time it rolls back around to me. Okay, it is Holy Wrath Paladin. So we could just be dead here. They kill me first before I kill them, question mark. But if they just show Holy Wrath, then yes, I am dead. But the fact that they're not fighting it off right away might be a sign that they don't have it. But Holy Wrath only costs 2, so they just might be slow rolling it, question mark. They could, oh, okay. They didn't have it. Okay, cool. So I guess let's play Tavish. There we go. So this is where we do the thing. We just hit my opponent's face there. Then we Ricochet Shot. There we go. Then we hit my opponent's face again. And you're good. This is why this deck triggers PTSD among a lot of people. Once the late game, once this guy does his job, it's basically game over unless the opponent, unless you know, facing off against this deck does something about it. And this is gonna even awaken if we even get to that. So he's gonna, why that in particular opponent that is going to kill you eventually? That is, well, I mean, granted it has lifesteal, but it's going to kill you eventually. Opponent, oh, okay. I did not know that was how it interacted. That is fascinating. Okay then. Can I outrace that? Probably not. But we're gonna find out, you and me. So we do this first. Then we do this. So we can say shot. There we go. And again, in the face. Dragonbane Shot. I guess we just go face. Then we do this again. There we go. They will gain 9 next turn. I guess that is mildly concerning. Only mildly. Then we do this. There we go. Ooh. So we have a choice. Either we go for Goblin Bomb, where we target the Goblin Bomb, still deal 2 damage, or we just go straight to the face. You know what? We're gonna do that. We're gonna be a little cheesy here. Although, now granted, I will I mean, they have 3 health, so they could still just kill me with Holy Rat. So there is that. And if I do just keep hitting Ziliax here, they could just, you know, kill me some other way anyway by, wow! So this is just a different build of this. Okay, then. Good on you, opponent, question mark? So now I have to deal with however much. So now I have to shave them by 20. So, okay, then. Okay, that is fine. So I guess we can still just go face, question mark. So we do this. Then we draw 1 card. So we go face first. 2 damage to a minion. Don't mind if I do. We'll hit the Saturday Chain Gang. We'll draw our 2 cards. Let's see if I can kill my opponent this turn. Question mark. Okay, yep. I think they're dead here. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. So we do this. This. Again, never forget that after you cast a spell, use your hero power first. So there's that. Then this. Can we kill them? Question mark. This is 2. Oh my god. I think it's just enough. We do that. And yes, it's just enough. Oh my god, they made me nervous there for a second. And there we go. Hit him with the well played and hit him with the arrow. Oh my god. Both of us were literally just 1 turn off of comboing out. Oh my god. And yeah, using hero power 5 times. Yeah, that was my daily objective for the StarCraft thing. Let's move on to the next game.
Rexxar versus Valera.
Facing off against Rogue, and there's only 1 Rogue deck that is meta right now, and that is Hooktusk, which is a Pirate Rogue deck. So there's that. And at the very least, Pirate Rogue is cool. More than any of the other pirate decks that I see on the rank ladder. And granted, there are only 2 pirate decks, which one is Rogue and the other is Priest, and I fucking hate Shadow Priest. At least Hooktusk is cool. I played through the story that involved Hooktusk, and she was a cool character in that. So there's that. But first, we're gonna do the DJ Manstorm thing by activating this. There we go. Then that will cause these instruments here to be breakable. And but first, we're gonna play some bass lines. Oh wait, I forgot to hit next turn. Sorry, opponent. Sorry, I was busy playing here. Oh, you're done? Okay, cool. We could just use these 2, and then just deal with it from there. Okay, sure. So take this and we'll get 2 1-cost minions. And then let's see what else my opponent does. What does this do? Overkill, gain +5 attack. Why the hell? How the hell can a Gurabashi chicken make an overkill? Although I do remember that there was a time where this thing was like an aggro menace, question mark. It could be misremembered, it could be another chicken. But yeah, it just died. Okay then. Oh hey, we got another shimmer shot. We could do this. Okay. So we can improve the shimmer shot. Yeah, probably cool. So we get a 3-cost minion instead. Or we could use it on Bomb Toss and have even more damage on board. But I don't think I'm gonna do that. But my opponent hasn't done anything significant yet. So we're just gonna play with the subwoofers here. Then we're gonna try to break the instruments. Oh, it's Miracle Rogue. But they didn't have any card draw. Where the hell was your card draw, opponent? You do not use Quasar on a turn where you don't have card draw. Opponent, you just... Oh my god, opponent. Oh no. I think they just screwed themselves over. Maybe. Oh hey, we got Cookie to Cook. So that's something. Deal 2 damage. Wait, how many are we at? Okay, cool. We'll deal 2 damage here. Because we can. There you go. Now this should cost 0, I believe. Okay, yep. And that's 2 free damage, 2 in the face.
Job's done.
Or we could have done it on the Goblin Bomb, but we'll just do it next time. I don't think... Unless, again, if my opponent gets a card draw spell, then they're cooking. But otherwise, I will literally just try and kill them. Okay, they do indeed get a card draw spell, but I don't know if they can even kill... I mean, it is Quasar Rogue, so... They can potentially kill me here. Okay, they got one of their spell damage cards, so there's that. And the thing about Quasar Rogue is it's extremely cheap. The only expensive thing that you have to craft out of this deck is the Quasar itself, and everything else is just a rare or a common, if I remember correctly. Oh wait, no, the other expensive card is the Garrote. So there is that. But otherwise, the builds of this deck are all pretty homogeneous, surprisingly. And you don't really play Ethereal Oracle until you reduce the cost of this thing by oh my god, opponent. Oh wait, no, he's just doing that to reduce the cost of his cards by or rather to draw cards for the Ethereal Oracle. Okay, cool. I do not know if my opponent can kill me, so let's see. Okay, yep, they drew Garrote, so they will most definitely kill me. Even if the rope is running up here, these guys are APM gods, which is a term that I learned just very recently out of the Hearthstone circles. So, and yeah, this definitely involves a level of skill that I do not have. And there was a short period of time where I did try out Garrote Rogue, and it was extremely reflex intensive, and I do not have the reflexes to pilot a deck like this. So there is that. And you're just going to see why Garrote Rogue is what it is. Because my opponent's timer already ran out, but they're still taking game actions because they have stacked effects, or rather enough effects, in order to win here. So while they combo off, I'm just gonna play the baseline. Oh wait, holy shit, we lived. Oh my god. Okay. Do we win here? I don't think so. Hold on. How many are we at with this knock him down? Yeah, we don't win, but we can reduce the amount of stuff that they have on board. So I guess that is something. So this is 4 damage. There's that. So we do this. Then we swing the hyena in. Then we deal 2 damage here. So now they only have +2 spell damage on board, question mark. I don't know what we could have done at this point. They're not exactly flush with resources, I think, but I mean, they could just attack with their board. So there's that. I guess they didn't APM enough. So I still lose, but hey, we sort of brought it close. I'll just see you guys in the next game.
Rexar versus Azeroth.
We're facing off against Warlock, and I honestly have no idea what they could be on. There is only one meta-viable Warlock deck, and you all know what it is if you've been playing in the Wild format at any point within the last 6 months. There's only one way to play Warlock, and only one. So let's see if my opponent is on that train. If they literally play the card like right here, right now, it is what it is. Ooh, they did not. So this will allow us a unique opportunity to do this. We have like all of the beast, quote-unquote, generating cards like in our opening hand. So there is that. I don't have the dexterity to do it all in a line without missing. So there's that. So we just destroy the rest of the set. Okay. Discard Warlock in the year of our Lord 2025. So I guess we get rid of their board. Question mark, because it still like adds toward the total that rather the quest line does. Or is that? And that's one of the biggest strengths that this deck has, is because the entire deck is basically 90% removal spells. You can target either face or your opponent's board. So that's what makes this deck still surprisingly viable to this day. But otherwise, it's just a for fun deck. As weird as that is to say, you know, when this deck used to be a meta-defining threat. But if you discard this minion, summon it. I do not care. I'm gonna hit 5 at your face. I don't care, opponent. There, take 5. I'm not gonna attack. No, you swing into that. I'm not gonna give you the time of day. For that, kill it, please. Remember, discard a card, draw a card. Okay, cool. This is the minion that will basically recoup all of their losses. So there is that. So that is definitely a must kill. if we do indeed get to that point. Okay, cool. They now have a significant attack force on board. Silver Golem is something, but I have scarier stuff. The next one will reduce the cost by 0, right? Okay, cool. I guess I think I should kill this first, honestly. Because this is the card advantage one. I can tank a few hits because I haven't exactly been damaged yet. So we're just gonna go for this. Oh wait, no. Because the spell I just cast improves the damage from hero power, so yeah, that automatically kills it. Yeah, that was definitely the right choice. So now they're going to keep discarding cards, and good God, I'm just realizing this is discard Warlock, which is an extremely old archetype for Warlock at this point, and I am not sure what cards they have are recent. But I guess somebody's just feeling nostalgic. Or this could be a bot because, like I said somewhere in my earlier videos, if it's a compound name, it's a 50-50 chance that it's a bot. So there's that. Spike Merchant, sure. So it's going to draw 2 cards? Or is it just... Okay, cool. Oh, ouch. We got shredded there. By what effect? Soul Barrage. Player discarded 6 damage. Okay, cool. We're suddenly down to 24. I guess we deal with the board first. Yeah. Deal 2 damage. Wait, what is our progress? Oh dear, none at all. Hold on. I guess we reduce this to 1 just in case it gets hit by ricochet shot. And then we hit one of these minions. I guess this one, so that it also gets killed by a ricochet shot. So there's that. Let's see if we hit. We hit face. Okay then. We hit that, and we hit minions that don't exactly matter. Great. Okay. So we're gonna be taking a lot of damage here, potentially. They have been drawing a decent number of cards, so we're gonna see what they do, if at all. Although, granted, what they have on board isn't exactly... Okay, deal 4 damage to a random enemy, which is me. So they have 4, 6, 7 damage on board, and then whatever it is that they have in hand. I mean, I could still die here. Our life totals are at parity. So there's that. Okay, Soulfire. Yep. Dealing 4 to me. Discard. Okay, yep, they draw a card again because of that minion. Let's see what else happens. Question mark. Come on, opponent. Okay, yep, they need more gas, so they're gonna draw a card, reducing their own life total in the process. Are they gonna tap? Let's see. Opponent. Okay, Fellstalker, sure, which is a card that used to be called the Succubus, but that card was deleted from the game because of, you know, lewd implications. Okay, yep, they're just gonna swing in, sure. They're out of mana. Do they just pass back? Okay, cool. So now our goal here is to kill my opponent this turn, if at all. Or we could control the board first, which is also a thing. But we don't have the mana, sadly. So board control it is. We will kill this thing. Well, we'll kill one of these things. I mean, this one is the one that has to go first. So there's that. And then we kill this. We'll refresh that. And yeah, my opponent could just kill me here. I mean, he just ignores damage. So, because my life total is a lot lower than his, and I don't exactly have the mana. I mean, I could die, but we're gonna find out. I mean, again, my opponent just needs to ignore the board. Just swing in, don't even think about it. But if he is thinking about it, he's just gonna... This just BMing here. I mean, then again, I would do the same thing. So, there's that. Opponent is... Well, opponent or bot, whichever one it is. They're thinking about it. Okay, cool. Soul Barrage, okay, dealing 6 damage to random enemies, but I have minions on board, which will spread the damage around. Sure, destroy 2 random enemy minions. I'll destroy Tavish, but he's already done his job. And we get Soul Barraged again. So, yeah, it was definitely a gamble, but it is what it is. It's just the nature of the game sometimes. And we're gonna cut it here. That's just how... Questline Rogue, rather. Why did I say Rogue? Oh my god. That's just how Quest Hunter works these days. It is very efficient at removing whatever stuff that you have on board, provided you draw enough cards. And that is the biggest problem that this deck has. This is technically an aggro deck, but it's an aggro deck that doesn't exactly have card draw. You need to hit your card draw spells as you know, regularly play the game. It doesn't have the cheaty stuff that Libram Paladin has or Rogue has. Hunter is one of those classes that doesn't exactly perform too well in Wild right now. The highest ranked deck that the Hunter class has right now is a mid-range Hunter, and it barely uses any of the new cards. It uses a lot of legendaries though, so that is something to keep in mind as you're playing this class, if at all. But otherwise, just skimp out on Hunter. Although I do have a few other Hunter videos in the future, but you're just gonna have to wait for that. So, if you like what you saw, hit like, comment, subscribe, and share this among your friends. And until next time, toodles.